Hi everyone. Today I'm going to recreate the process of making a vault goat farm. I only have one herd of vault goats in this world, so I'm going to create a temporary pen to relocate the herd, similar to what I would be doing if I were actually making one. First, I'm going to farm them. I like to farm the goats at night so that I don't have to chase them around. It's also faster because I can hit them 5 times while waking them up from their sleep before I need to dodge. Once awake, I can hit them twice before dodging. Vault goats drop 2 meat with a 25% chance to drop the horn. I can add a guaranteed drop of milk by charging the goat first with a morning star. When charged, the goat will stun and damage each time it is hit. But you can negate the electric shock by wearing completely waterproof items. In this case, I'm going to use the umbrella. You should never kill the last goat in the herd if you want to preserve them. Vault goat herds reach a maximum of 6 goats and they can multiply themselves back into a full herd as long as there is at least one goat left. When building a vault goat farm, the only real difficulty is relocating the goats. A lot of the information will tell us that what we have to do is kill all of the goats in a herd, except for the last one, and then we can push the last goat into its new location. I found the information a little bit frustrating because after learning that, what I first did when I created a vault goat farm was what I am doing now. I just chased the goat over a very long distance into the pen that I had made for it. But after doing that, the goat would constantly hug the wall of its pen in the direction of its original location. This is because the goat's home location did not actually change and it is still trying to return home. This is bad because the goats can only multiply in their home location, and they cannot be farmed this way. Eventually, I would learn to move them properly, but when the game introduced salt licks, I tried to see what effect the salt lick would have on my original problem. If I were to place a salt lick inside this pen, the goat will start to behave normally. It won't constantly hug the fence anymore, and without my influencing its movement, the goat would start to move in different directions. And that is an indication of a goat in its home location. But after waiting for a long time, the goat with its salt lick never spawned more goats. The original problem remained, except for the fact that the goat was no longer hugging the fence. This is because the salt lick still did not change the goat's home location. If the salt lick runs out or if I destroy the salt lick, the goat will go back to hugging the fence. And if I open the pen, we can see it return to exactly where it was before I moved it. So in order to move the goats properly and actually change their home location, what I have to do is to move the remaining goats slowly. I will stop once in a while to see if the goat is still trying to return to its original location. The moment I can tell that I've changed its home location is the moment the goat starts to move in a different direction without my influencing its movement. So every time it starts to move on its own, I know that the goat is now currently in a new location where it can multiply into a full herd. Now I will just slowly and patiently repeat the process until the goat is in the place where I want my goat farm to be. I'm probably overdoing it with the patience, and a lot of the time we have to move the last goat over a very long distance. But I only have to do this once per herd that I want to move, and I would rather get it right the first time than have to retrace and repeat the process. Also, I want to make sure that I plan the path I will take to move the goat. There should be absolutely nothing on the way that can kill the last goat of the herd. If hounds interrupt me while I am moving the goat, I'll move far away from the goat and deal with the hounds. If I am moving the goat properly, the goat should be on the safe path where I left it after I am done with the hounds. Now we can see the goat in its new home location, and even without a salt lick it behaves normally and it can change direction inside of its pen. From here the goats can multiply in this location for me to farm meat, horns, and sometimes milk over and over again. That's it for now guys. Thank you for watching and I'll see you next time.